Good, good day, everyone. Good day, teachers. Um, I'll be sharing an overview of curriculum design and organization and how effective curriculum planning shapes and meaningful experiences, learning experiences. So, what is curriculum design? Curriculum design is the process of planning, developing, and organizing the content, learning experiences, and assessment methods that guide instruction to achieve educational goal. So, this one. Curriculum design is the structured planning of educational content and experiences, align objectives, content, methods, and assessment. So that's what I said a while ago. So um, it says here that what is curriculum? So curriculum is not just a list of topics. It is the roadmap of what learners should know and be able to do. So the key components of objectives, content, learning, learning experiences, the evaluation. So, objectives is what the learners should achieve in that certain topic or lesson. So, when you say content is the subject and topics, and learning experiences is the activity that we give them, and of course, our teaching strategies and methods. So, the evaluation is to assess if there's learning and to measure the progress of the lesson. So the level of organization. The level of organization, there are two levels, which is the macro level and the micro level. When you say macro level is the overall curriculum, while the micro level is the specific units and your daily lessons that you give to your students. So the dimensions of design. Dimensions of design is the scope, sequence, continuity, integration, articulations, balance. So scope, what it means, the breadth and the depth of content. So the breadth and the depth of content is to be covered. So the scope defines what topics, themes, skills, and you say concept will be included and how much detail you will go into. Example, a math, like for example, your math, a math curriculum may include numbers, sets, and pattern, but the scope will determine which subtopics, like for example, numbers. So it starts from the beginning, 1 to 10. So sets, a sets of toys, sets of numbers. So those are include on how deeply they are studied. So what sequence means? So sequence is the order in which content is taught. So sequence is the establishes that the progression of learning. It's moving from simple to complex ideas, building on prior knowledge, or arranging content chronological or logical. So example, like for example, the reading. So students might first learn letter sounds before progressing to reading sentences, paragraphs, and stories, short stories. So it starts with the simple. Oh, before we will proceed to the reading koan. So like for example, for the preschool students. So we, as teachers, we must give them kanang we will introduce them first the letter sounds before going to the reading. So approaches to curriculum. When you say approaches to curriculum, these challenges require flexibility and ongoing reflection to keep curriculum relevant. So the approaches of curriculum, which is subject centered, learner centered, and problem centered. When you say subject centered, it focuses on discipline. The traditional approach, um, learner centered, based on students interest and needs. It emphasizes here the active participation, while problem centered it's organized around problems or issues. It encourages here the critical thinking, and this different organization, it's reflect different priorities. Some emphasizes content and other focuses on learners on the real world issues. So the subject centered design, when you say subject centered design, is it organized by subjects, clear structure and progression may lead to fragmented learning. So subject centered, this is the one of the oldest and most traditional ways of organizing a curriculum. In this approach, the curriculum is focused mainly on the subject matter or discipline itself rather than on learners' interest or life situation. While learner-centered design, its focus on students' interest and developmental needs encourages engagement and motivation, flexible and adaptive. So, as in this approach, it organizes the curriculum around the needs, so the needs of the student, the interest and abilities and experiences of the learners themselves rather than the subject matter alone. So the focus is on developing the whole person and making learning more meaningful and relevant. So as teacher, we are more flexible enough if what are the needs of our student, and because not all our students are capable of, so we must be flexible. So in this learner centered approach, it focus the needs and the interest of our learners. So different, ha, the subject centered, it is focused mainly the subject, so the subject matter of students. So here, problems problem centered design. When you say problem centered design, it emphasizes real world applications, promote critical thinking, integrates multiple disciplines. This curriculum design is built around real life problems, issues, and challenges that learners can relate to. The goal is to help students develop critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making skills by engaging them in um, authentic tasks. The model of curriculum design. So there are two models of curriculum design: Tyler model and Taba model. Tyler model is define objectives, content, experiences, and evaluation, which is again, Tyler model is define objectives, select learning experiences, organize experiences, and to evaluate. While Taba model, the difference is teacher-led process and starts with creating units and lesson before the whole curriculum. So in this model, it provides systematic steps to design curriculum, while Tyler is goal oriented, while Taba Tabas begin from classroom practice. And that's the difference between the two of them. The principle and guidelines align with learners and society, ensure coherence across subjects and grades, balance depth and breadth, allow flexibility for teachers. So it's the rapid technological changes, diverse learners, balancing depth versus breadth, aligning with standards, resource constraints. So these challenges require flexibility and ongoing reflection to keep curriculum relevant. So the implementation and evaluation. So pilot refine curriculum, collect feedback from students and teachers, use data to improve design. Implementation means putting the planned curriculum into action. So it involves teaching the lesson, using resources, and applying strategies designed during curriculum planning. So teachers and sometimes the community work together to deliver the content and learning experiences to students. So it requires training teachers, providing materials, and making sure everyone understand their role. So the implementation is the process of actually using the curriculum in the classroom, while the evaluation is means um, checking how well the curriculum work. It assesses whether learning objectives were achieved and if the content was effective and relevant. So evaluation looks at the student performance. Yes, mga di ba, we will give them test, projects, and observation. So, learning materials and the result of evaluations are used to improve um, or to revise the curriculum. In short, again, implementation means putting the planned curriculum into action, while evaluation is the process of measuring the effectiveness of the curriculum and finding ways to improve it. And that's the difference between implementation and the evaluation. Again, the implementation is putting the planned curriculum into action, while the evaluation is the process of measuring the effectiveness of the curriculum, finding ways to improve it. Okay, conclusion. So we're here, the conclusions now. Yes, curriculum design shapes effective education, thoughtful planning supports better outcomes, continuous improvement is essential. So again, curriculum is a purposeful plan for learning. It's a good design and systematic and principle based. The organization affect how learning happens. Continuous evaluation ensures quality. So designing and organizing curriculum is critical for effective education. It requires thoughtful planning and adaptability. So that's all for today, my report. Thank you and God bless us all.